Hey guys, welcome to Facebook today. I'm excited to be doing this video inside my car, only I'm not. Yeah, so weren't we just talking about this, right? Interruptions and how they always happen. So at my house, right, where I'm normally doing videos from, we have really bad internet because we don't really live that far out, but it's far enough out where we can only have satellite. So my internet is not strong enough for me to ever do live broadcast from. So I have to live broadcast from my hotspot on my phone. And my phone just died. Literally won't charge, won't do anything just today. So I was literally getting ready to do a broadcast, this broadcast right here, and my computer would not pick up that my phone was plugged in. So process of elimination, I finally figured out my phone is not recognizing anything, and I can't text, it won't let me make a phone call, it won't let me do anything. So after we get done talking here, I'm going to the cell phone store to see if anything can be saved or if my phone is just done for. So anyway, today we're talking about permission to not get it all done. And that's really good. By the way, well, I'll tell you that in a minute. Okay, so permission to not get it all done. You know, I've been doing this, I've been helping women and teaching women in blogging for 5 years. And so I've been at this long enough to know that we are always our own worst critic. We always set, not always, but often, we set high, unrealistic expectations for ourselves in many ways. But this is especially true, I think, when it comes to what we think we're going to get done or what we know we should get done in a day. We always have way more planned, or even if it's just thought about, than is humanly possible. And then we get frustrated when, guess what? We don't get it all done. So then we beat ourselves up about the fact that we didn't get it all done. But had we looked at it a little bit more realistically, or had another pair of eyes, someone from the outside looked at maybe what your plan was for the day. Hi, Trisha, good to see you. Did you hear my story? I'm here in my car because my phone just died. So I can't broadcast until I get a new phone at my house. It's a long story. Anyway, one of life's grand interruptions. I'm on my way to the cell phone store after this. Anyway, so, and then, you know, if someone from the outside were to look at our list, they would probably say, well, how, you know, that's not going to happen today. So for instance, today, when I sat down this morning to map out my day and schedule my day and plan what I was going to get done today and assign myself my tasks for today, I took into consideration the fact that we were gone all morning. My kids and I went blueberry picking today. Did you hear my thing? For the month of August, every day my kids and I are doing something fun every single day. And our fun thing today was that we went blueberry picking. So I am getting less done today because I went blueberry picking. But I think the old me, the don't have 40 some years of wisdom under me, would have not taken that into account and still overscheduled myself for today and then wondered why I didn't get done. So here's the thing. We need to have permission to not get it all done, at least to not all get it done right now, right? But there's actually a way to make this easier. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So you've heard me say for a while that doing less, I'm a firm believer that doing less is more. If you schedule yourself, if you plan on getting less done, you will actually get more done. There is something that sets us up in our mind when we have a long task list. There's something that sets us up in our mind that makes us not want to accomplish any of it. And I know it's not just me, because I've been hearing this from other women for a long, long time. So doing less is actually a way to get more done, if that makes sense. And it also gives us grace automatically, because we are giving ourselves room to live life. We are giving ourselves room to have interruptions, like the fact that we have to go to the cell phone store to see why our cell phone is no longer working. Did not have that plan today, right? But it happened, and I have to make it work. So it's important to just, this is what I have come to believe the last few years. It is important to just, prioritizing is important, but even more than prioritizing, it is important to just choose one task. If this is the question I ask myself every morning, if if this one thing is the only thing that gets done today, what would that one thing need to be for me to be able to say I had a successful day? So here's how I do this. This is in the Home CEO Life Planner. Okay, this is how I do it. This is one of the sheets that's in there. It's task mapping. Okay, and this is the way that my brain works, and I think it helps a lot of people. If you'll notice, the way this worksheet goes is you start out and you have 4 options, or maybe there's even more. Oh yeah, there's several options, okay? Then you're gonna narrow that down to 4 daily tasks. Then you're narrowing that down to 3 optional daily tasks, and the one most important task is gonna go in here. So here's where you're brain dumping, right? You're brain dumping, you're brainstorming, you're thinking of all the different things that could get done today and probably should, right? These are the things that you would probably say if you are prioritizing using the A, B, C method. So like A is a must do, B is a should do, C is a would like to do. These would probably all be A tasks if you were to prioritize them, maybe a couple of Bs, but mostly these would be all your As. But instead of making yourself a task list that is filled with all of your A tasks that are probably prioritized and probably all really good. When days like this happen, when your cell phone dies and you've got to go to the cell phone store and figure it out, and you already had a whole morning plan that you were doing other things, and then I had workmen at my house today and I had to go around them, I'm still going to get my one task done for today. And I'm probably not. Okay, so let me just back up. So this is where you're brain dumping all of your probably A tasks. Then you're going to choose the 4 most important tasks, okay? Out of all of these, which 4 are my must-do's today? Then you're going to take those 4 and you're going to ask yourself, which one is my successful day? Which one is the one that I really want? And that's what goes in here. And the other 3 then by default will go in here. This is how my brain works, and this is how, when I have shared this with other people, this has been life-changing for them. You probably, on most days, I probably get all 4 of these daily tasks done here, right? I'm probably getting all 4 of these done most days, but some days I'm only getting this one task done, right? Some days that's it. Some days it might be 2. But when I get to the end of the day, because I have gotten this one most important task done, I feel accomplished because it's the one thing that I really wanted to get done. So even though I might get to the end of the day and I might say, you know what, I really wanted to get these other things done, but you know, I'm okay with it. This is the talk that goes in my head. I really wanted to get all these things done today, but I guess it's okay because I got this one thing done. I got this one thing done, and I'm okay with that. And that's a totally different way to end your day. That's a totally different mindset to have, rather than having even 4 A tasks that are all kind of equal, right? You haven't decided on your one task, but you were only able to get 2 done. Because by default, in our minds, we look at the 2 that we didn't get done. We don't give ourselves credit, mostly. We don't look at the 2 that we got done and say, you know what, this is awesome. We got these 2 tasks done. For whatever reason, we're always our own worst critic. And we look at the 2 that we didn't get done and we say, you know what, we failed today. I failed today because I did not get these 4 simple things done. It's totally different when you have chosen the one most important task and you get that one most important task and one of the other ones done. It is a totally different mind shift. Nothing has changed, right? In my scenario, you've still gotten 2 of those tasks done. But because in your mind, you've gotten that one most important thing done and a bonus, right? One of the other 4 things is really just a bonus. It changes how you look at it. And therefore, it changes how you end your day, which changes how you start the next day. And if you don't believe me, you have to try it. Like everybody who has tried this, I've been teaching this, I don't know, for maybe 18 months to other people. I've been doing it myself for a while. And then I figured out, you know what? I don't think I'm the only one who can benefit from this. And so I've been sharing it with other people in consult calls and just in other things that I teach, and people will send me an email and they'll say, oh my gosh, when you told me to do that, like it's totally life-changing. Like, and I know it is. So it's okay to not get it all done. Focus on the one thing you really want to get done and focus on that first and do that first. It doesn't necessarily have to be the thing you don't like the most. It has to be, when you ask yourself that question, it's not really so much of an eat that frog thing, right? If you've read that book or you've heard that terminology, what that really means is you're taking the thing that you dread the most, or you're taking the thing that you really don't want to do and you're doing that first, and that makes everything else easier. I'm not disagreeing with that. It's a great book. I've read it. It's a great theory. It's a great way to look at things, but that's not necessarily what I'm saying should be your one task. What your one task should be is how you answer the question. If I look back at today, this is what I would need to do. This one thing is what I would need to do in order to be able to feel like I had a successful day. And that's what your one task is. It's totally different. And then what you also need to do is something else that's in this, the Home CEO Life Planner, is your schedule, a daily schedule, okay? So when you're making your daily schedule, there's one for working women and there's one for stay-at-home women, so it depends on what you are. As you're making your schedule, you need to incorporate when you are going to do that one thing. Actually schedule a time when you're going to do that one thing, because if you don't do that, you're less likely to get it done. But when you're planning your day in the morning, and it should be part of your morning routine, which is also in the binder, by the way, an example of what my morning routine looks like, which involves 10 minutes of planning out my day. This would be when I would plan this kind of stuff. It should be part of your morning routine. So when you're doing that, that's also when you're going to decide, you know what, during nap time today is the best time I can do that. Or I know that I have, let's just say it's decluttering a bedroom. That's your one thing. And you would say, okay, I know that I have my most energy right after dinner. So I'm going to make sure I do this decluttering of the bedroom at that time. So you have to make sure, though, that you schedule it into your day. That's the second most important part. So you have permission to not get it all done, because realistically, you're not going to get it all done. And it's not just you. I'm not going to get it all done either. And neither is your friend, and all those people that you look at on Facebook and all those other moms that you know that look like they get it all done. They don't either, right? But you can feel accomplished and content and like you had a good day. Instead of feeling overwhelmed and exhausted and frustrated when you go to bed, you can feel the 180-degree difference from that by just knowing that you're not going to get it all done. Therefore, I'm going to choose the one most important task. And when that is done, I'll have a few others to choose from, and that will just be a bonus, because if nothing else gets done, at least my one task will be done today. So you have permission to get less done, because less is more, right? Okay, you guys, that is awesome. Trisha says, I can't wait to try this when I get back from traveling. I know, it is so, like, it's the light bulb thing for a lot of people. And really, that task mapping worksheet, when I first started doing that and putting it on paper that way and breaking it down like in a backwards funnel, like, even though my mind kind of did it that way anyway, just having that visual of, going from, several tasks down to 4 and down to 1, like, it was like, wow, that really is what I'm doing. And it just makes it clear. Like, it becomes clear often what that one task should be. And it's not hard most days to get that one task done, because it also becomes, at least for me, I'm kind of a competitive person by nature. So it's like, I'm going to get that one thing done today. So I might have to stay up till 11:30 to get that one thing done, but I'm going to get at least that one thing done today. Like, that's the way my mind works. That might be what ends up happening to me today, because I don't know how long I'm going to be at the cell phone store. But I'm going to make sure that I get at least that one task done, because I know that when I get at least that one task done, I know what that's going to make me feel like at the end of the day. And what I feel like at the end of the day does affect what I feel like in the morning. And so it not only affects today, it affects tomorrow too. And you can have better days when you are actually thinking through your tasks that way and choosing just the one most important task. So hopefully that helps. I'll be back tomorrow. Because I'm not at home, I can't tell you what I'm giving you permission for tomorrow, but I'm giving you some permission for something else tomorrow. And I might be still in my car because it's the only place I have internet, but we'll see. So, all right, you guys, thanks for joining me today. I'll see you tomorrow.